Moving on for now to Venezuela, it is fast turning into the newest battleground in global power politics. What started out as a pursuit of a single oil tanker is now drawing in the US, Russia, China, with President Trump at the center of this rapidly escalating conflict. Let's just break this down for you bit by bit. The United States is chasing a fleeing oil tanker in the Atlantic, but this is no ordinary ship. This is no routine interception. The tanker, originally sailing from Iran to Venezuela to pick up oil, is now at the center of this diplomatic flashpoint between the US and Russia. Russia has formally asked the United States to stop its pursuit, claiming that the vessel under Russian protection, the ship's crew even painted a Russian flag on its hull reportedly and registered it overnight in Russia under a new name reportedly. But Washington is not convinced. US authorities saying the tanker was flying no valid flag when intercepted, calling it a stateless vessel and therefore subject to seizure under international law. For President Donald Trump, this pursuit is part of a much bigger campaign, remember. The Trump administration has stepped up pressure on Venezuela's oil lifeline, imposing fresh sanctions, boarding tankers, enforcing what critics are calling a de facto blockade. The target is absolutely clear. It's President Nicolás Maduro. But then Russia is also pushing back, warning that US sanctions in Venezuela risk escalating tensions at a time when Trump is also trying to negotiate an end to the war in Ukraine. And China is also watching all of this very closely. Washington has now sanctioned Chinese companies and tankers linked to Venezuelan oil exports. A rare move, a very crucial one that also sends out a clear message to China. China, remember, is Venezuela's biggest oil customer. And Venezuelan oil, much of it sold quietly, helps keep Maduro's government afloat, just to put this simply. Beijing has condemned US ship seizures as unilateral bullying and a violation of international law. The risk is no longer just in theory or on paper. US forces have already seized 2 tankers, another turned back after being pursued reportedly. Venezuela has also ordered its navy to escort oil shipments and is considering placing troops on board. And that raises the possibility of a direct naval confrontation. So that is why all of this is significant. What started out as sanctions enforcement is now edging towards a global power tussle, with oil routes, warships, diplomatic threats colliding in the Caribbean and the Atlantic. From Venezuela to Ukraine, President Trump is reopening multiple fronts, it seems, and Venezuela is no longer just a crisis story in Latin America. It's becoming the latest arena where the world's biggest powers are testing each other's red lines. Oil, sanctions, sovereignty colliding at sea. To stay up to speed with the latest news, download the WION app and subscribe to our YouTube channel.